Hello. I think it's great for us as Christians at times to be inspired, and I want to introduce you to somebody whose life is very inspirational. You may have already know of this person, but I want to take you to a landmark in the West End of London, and we'll pick up his story there. And just a clue for you, it's just at the end of Shaftesbury Avenue. Hello, you might recognise the place behind me, which is Piccadilly Circus, and you'll see in the centre there a very familiar statue which is commonly known as Eros. In fact, it's Anteros, Eros' brother, but it's a memorial statue to the late 7th Earl of Shaftesbury, Anthony Ashley Cooper. And Anthony Ashley Cooper was known in his lifetime for his philanthropy, particularly his work in getting children out of working for chimney sweeps and down the mines and into education, amongst many other things. So this is Piccadilly Circus, and right in the centre, the Shaftesbury Memorial Fountain. That was the Shaftesbury Memorial Fountain located in Piccadilly Circus, and it's there to this day to celebrate the life and the work of Anthony Ashley Cooper, the 7th Earl of Shaftesbury. Now, his early life, he was born into a Victorian family, and his parents were typically cold and austere. However, they employed a housekeeper, a lady called Maria Millis, and this lady was a powerful influence on him. She was a model of Christian love to this young boy. She taught him Bible stories, she taught him how to pray, and but sadly she died while he was still at school. But she did leave him in her will a gold pocket watch, and he wore that pocket watch for the rest of his life. Which shows what an influence she was on him. Here's a couple of statements that he made. What is morally right can never be politically wrong, and what is morally wrong can never be politically right. Also, by everything true, everything holy, you are your brother's keeper. And so we can see what he believed. When William Wilberforce died in 1833, one of those who was present at his funeral was Anthony Ashley Cooper. And the biographer John Pollock comments, "Thus the two crusades and the lives of two great social reformers touch briefly and symbolically an end and a beginning." Lord Shaftesbury entered Parliament in June 1826. At the age of 27. He worked tirelessly until his death, when he died at the age of 84. All those years he battled coal mine owners, he battled cotton and woolen industry factory owners, and fought tirelessly for the cause of the less fortunate. So some of the things he brought in child labour reform, which limited the working of children in the cotton woolen industries. They must be aged 9 or above, it's stated, and no person under the age of 18 was to work more than 10 hours a day. This kind of legislation was transformatory for those who were working in those industries. He introduced the Mines and Collieries Act in 1842 to outlaw the employment of women and children in underground coal mines. He also brought in mental health reforms that were non-existent up until that time. He visited asylums and found patients chained up and living like dogs, and he brought in legislation to improve their living circumstances and their care. He also brought in education reform, He was the president of the Ragged Schools Union that promoted ragged schools for poor children. Up until that time, poor children couldn't get education. He believed in helping those Jews who wanted to be restored to the Holy Land, and he set up an organisation to help that. He battled the drug trade. He was the first president of the Society for the Suppression of the Opium Trade, which was very much damaging in society at the time. One of his biographers claimed that no man has in fact done more to lessen the extent of human misery or add to the sum of total human happiness than Lord Shaftesbury. 3 days after his death, Charles Spurgeon comments, "During the past week, the Church of God and the world at large have sustained a serious loss in the taking home by our gracious Lord of the Earl of Shaftesbury. We have, in my judgment, lost the best man of the age." Now, we can be tremendously inspired by a great life like that of Lord Shaftesbury, but let's not forget what led to it, and that is the humble housekeeper who showed an unhappy boy Christian love and taught him, sowed seeds in him that would go on to transform the world. Be an inspiration to somebody today. God bless you.